Alright, back at it. MMA Quick is the only MMA channel that fucking matters, man. UFC 235 big fight card. Is it a stack fight card? I think it's safe to say this is a good fight card. I think that it's safe to say that this is a solid fight card. Unfortunately, Jon Jones is fighting a nobody. Other than that, man, it's pretty good. Let me start at the bottom and work my way up to the top. You have Hamster face Cody Garbrandt versus Munoz. I'm going for Munoz to get him in a submission against the cage when they're both tired, maybe in the third round. Will that happen? I don't know. I just don't like Cody Garbrandt, so I'm praying for his downfall every day. Tisha Torres, the Tiny Tornado versus Zhang, however you pronounce that. I'm going for Tisha Torres for the victory. I like Tisha. I like her fighting style. Unfortunately, she just doesn't have a one-punch knockout power, or she'll be a much more dangerous fighter. She has great technique, great setups, great counters, man. She's a good fighter. She just doesn't have that power to scare someone off. Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren, man. We're going to see a WrestleFuck 2000. If the fans are not booing this, I'm going to be shocked. I'm going to be ecstatic if Robbie Lawler can pull off the victory. If Ben Askren holds him down and the fans are not booing this, and then afterwards everybody's going to say, hey, well, this is Ben Askren. What did you guys expect? I'm going to be like, exactly. I'm going to go for Ben Askren to win a boring decision. Tyron Woodley versus Usman. I'm going to go for Tyron to win, man. You know, that's hard for me to do. I don't like Tyron. I'm not a fan at all, but I think he's the better fighter. I think that his fight against Till, man, hit the reset button for me a little bit, where I'm like, that's what I remember. That is exactly what I liked. Why can't I see more of that? So I'm hoping that he gives me more of that today. You have Jon Jones versus Anthony Smith. I think Anthony Smith is going to get blown out of the water. I don't see any reason for Jon Jones to play around, being a tough fight. I think this is going to be a Jon Jones versus Vladimir Matyushenko type of fight, a Jon Jones versus Brandon Vera type of fight, a just straight ass whooping on the ground. That's what I really see happening. Talk about you know, let me go back to the bottom a little bit. I do want to see the Mickey Gall versus Diego Sanchez fight. Obviously Mickey Gall is going to win that fight easily. Diego Sanchez is going to be an emotional mess most likely. My boy Johnny Walker is going to defeat Misha for sure. I think he's going to knock that dude out. I think he's going to knock him out. I think it's probably going to be a TKO second round. Jeremy Stevens versus Zabit, man. I really think Zabit's probably going to win, man. He's bigger. He has that big-ass Abe Lincoln head. He's going to use that shit as a battering ram. Jeremy Stevens, man, hopefully he can get the victory. One punch, devastating knockout. I just don't know if it's going to happen. You know, something interesting that I did see, too, you guys, is Jon Jones' interview he did with TMZ Sports. He said, I told the fans I'm going to fight 4 times this year. I want to defeat Anthony Smith tonight. Then he said, I want to fight Israel Adesanya next, since he said he was going to fight me one day. He said, I think that'll be exciting for the fans. Then he said, I want to fight Johnny Walker and Thiago Santos, man. Jon Jones is back. That motherfucker is hungry, and he's going to fucking literally devastate people, man. So I love that he's talking like this. I love that he's going to wipe out the division. I love that there's not going to be any scandal. Psych, there's always scandal with Jon Jones, and it's going to be pictograms and dickograms, but he's going to whoop the shit out of everybody. I hope he fights Johnny Walker the last fight of the year, so Johnny has a little bit more wings, man. But if he wants to fight Israel Adesanya next, that'll probably be you know, a summertime fight, you know, if Israel is accepting of the fight. And then Johnny Walker next is going to be at the top of fall, man. So I mean, the top of fall, yeah, not winter, but the top of the fall. So that'll be interesting. I would love to see it. I don't know what else to say, man. Fuck it, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments.